I want to get to this because this is the first game of the century that we have in this college football season. This weekend, number 3 Georgia, number 2 Alabama. Georgia in Tuscaloosa for the first time since an overtime win in 2007. Alabama's won each of the 5 meetings since. Nick Saban, 21-0 at Alabama against his former assistants. But Kirby Smart has had fourth quarter leads against Saban in 2 different occasions, and both his losses were by single digits. Alabama, meanwhile, has won 79 games against teams ranked in the AP Top 10. That's tied for the second most in poll history. With a win here, they would tie Notre Dame for the most. So what's at stake this weekend between these two? Well, frankly, absolutely everything. You take a look here. According to our analytics, this on paper is one of the best games in recent memory. Alabama and Georgia representing the first time in the 16 years of our analytics efficiency rankings that the top teams entering the game on offense and defense have met in the regular season. The 3 previous were all in the national championship game. So that's how good this game is. And Desmond Howard, of course, one of the stars of College Game Day. This is one of these games that we live for. Des, how do you see this? What is the most important thing fans should be looking forward to in this game this weekend?
Look at Alabama's offense. You got to look at their quarterback, Mac Jones. He's playing at a high level, but he has so much talent around him. Guys, we look like, okay, Jerry Judy's out. Henry Ruggs III is out at receiver. But then you have Devontae Smith. He can blow the lid off of defense, stretches defenses vertically. And then Jalen Waddle, he's Mr. Everything. This young man averages 20 yards per catch. And then they got another guy, a sophomore named John Mechie III, who's also contributes. They got 3 receivers that they can hit you with. And I haven't even mentioned the running back, Najee Harris. So you got to look at Alabama's offense against Georgia's defense. That's going to be an incredible matchup. Watch the secondary, though, of Georgia. See if they can hold up against Alabama's passing game. The crazy part, Alabama averages 51 points a game, number 1 in the conference.
Look, it is really your classic matchup of the irresistible force and the immovable object. And, RC, we were talking before the show. I mean, Alabama has become wide receiver U. It is unbelievable the players they get through there.
Man, it's really become a thing where they are getting the top-notch guys, developing them, and then they go on in the league and play well, whether it's Julio Jones, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley, and now you look at last year's draft with Ruggs and Judy in the first round. I think everyone's expecting Waddle and Devontae Smith this year, Mechie next year, for Nick Saban to be able to go into households of the high school kids and lay his rings on the table, but then also say, if you come and play this position, not only will you ball, win a national championship, but you'll be a first-round draft pick. I'm going to tell you what it makes me think, though, Greeny. After watching my LSU Tigers against Missouri and watching Missouri put up 546 yards when they couldn't score more than 14 points a game before last week, I think to myself, will we, the LSU Tigers, be able to keep Alabama under the century mark? And I think if we hold them to 99, I will feel good about that. I understand how this works now. When you behave the way that I behaved on Get Up every Wednesday morning last year, when you buy custom purple clothing, and when you act a complete fool and smoke cigars on TV with one of your best friends, Marcus Spears, maybe you deserve this. But I don't deserve 100. I don't believe that. Just as Josh Norman did nothing to deserve the way that Derrick Henry treated him last night, I don't deserve for the Louisiana State University football Tigers to play defense this way. Ed Ogeron said he's going to fix it. I hope to high heaven he fixes it before we see these 3 wide receivers from Alabama. Because if so, I'm not going to watch the game. Did you hear what that man said? What Desmond Howard, Heisman Trophy winner, Super Bowl MVP said? Them boys averaged 51 points a game, and the Missouri Tigers put up 45 on us. I'm not watching if we don't get no better.
I get it. So, RC, your defense probably can't stop him, but very quickly, Des, can Georgia's defense stop him? Can Georgia's defense shut down Alabama? I got 30 seconds.
Yeah, Georgia's defense will be able to put some pressure on Mac Jones. I think they'll take away the running game out the gate, make sure that Najee Harris doesn't get loose. But then late in the game, I think it's going to be too much pressure for Georgia's defense. You got Alabama's offense will figure it out. Steve Sarkisian is a very brilliant offensive play caller. He will figure it out in the second half, and they will hit some bombs, and then they will take care of Georgia. But it's going to be a great matchup for at least 3.5 quarters.
It is unquestionably the first monster game of this college season, and we will see it this weekend. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.